25 million number of case files for sexually exploited children are investigated every single year. That is one of the reasons why THORN, the organization to fight sex trafficking and child pornography, was started. This organization was started by Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher in the year 2009. It was started because they watched a movie about Cambodia and sex trafficking that was happening there. They originally named it DNA, which stood for the Demi and Ashton Foundation, but renamed it in 2012 when they got divorced. Their purpose is to use technology to fight child pornography and sex trafficking. The two biggest issues they are facing is sex trafficking and child pornography. Child pornography is distributed through the dark web. Like I said, 25 million photos of sexually exploited children are investigated each year. 63% of sexually exploited children are under the age of 8, and 43% of those children are exploited by their family or family friends, and 80% of the victims are young girls. For sex trafficking, 91% of sex trafficking victims are African American or Latino, and 86% of children being trafficked were in the care of social services or foster care when they went missing. Technology is the biggest platform where children are bought and sold online to be sex trafficked. Next, we'll talk about what they're doing for these problems. They have developed 3 different systems to help eliminate sex trafficking and child pornography. The first system is Spotlight. Spotlight was developed in 2015 and is a tool used to identify sex trafficking victims and their abusers. It is used by 2,000 officers in 48 states and has helped identify 360 victims and 60 traffickers and has sped up investigation time by 50%. Next is Project Vic. Project Vic is used by law enforcement to identify whether child pornography photos have been new or investigated and if they're just resurfacing through the dark web. This has made it possible for child pornography to be investigated in as little as 15 minutes, whereas it used to take 6 to 12 months. Project Vic has helped identify over 250 child victims and apprehend 125 perpetrators. Lastly is their deterrence program. Their deterrence program has found over 2.6 million people who have tried to access child pornography on the internet. Over 140,000 of those people are focusing on themselves and trying to figure out how to stop their behavior and how to take responsibility for what they're doing to these children. The impact they have made is in 2015 and 2016, they identified 2,020 child victims. In 2017, they identified 5,894 child victims. Also in 2017, they rescued 103 child victims from situations where their sexual abuse was being recorded and distributed online. Throughout the years, they have sped up overall investigative time by 65%. To review everything, we talked about how Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher started the foundation in 2009. We talked about what issues they are fighting and how they are doing so. So if you're wondering what you can do to help, you can donate at wearethorn.org because we are the digital defenders of children.